One of the nice things about the Karashi is that it does give you some insight into if there's fish around. It's a great search bait. A lot of your eats will come boat side, which is super fun. I've seen 80% of the fish that have eaten this bait today. Where I really think the Karashi shines, in my opinion, is transition zones. And it seems like if you kind of keep the boat in a 10 to 12 and throw up on a shallow flat and kind of draw them out, you're constantly getting engagement. Very easy bait once you start catching them to get a lot of confidence in. I also like on this spin setup, just if you see something blow up, it does seem to be able to get the bait there in a little bit quicker fashion, just like that. Saw that guy trounce some smaller bait fish and threw it right on top of them, and they really eat it well too. I found that once it hits the water, I like to get it going pretty fast, get it to blow out, and then I'll just let it sit. And a lot of the times when you come tight, you have a fish on. So many of the creatures that are below the surface here are engaged in this. You'll have bait fish, perch, smaller bass, anything that's actively feeding, come up and give it a sniff. And when you're having fish follow you back to the boat, it just gives me so much confidence that I'm in an area that has something going on. Wind's picked up on us a little bit. We're just gonna spot lock here so we can make a nice long cast kind of where it seems like the majority of the fish are sitting. But the FLYSSA really gets it out there. It has definitely been my favorite spinning rod to throw it on. You don't need to necessarily go out and buy a special setup for this. Especially if you already have the FLYSSA. But it is a really fun way to fish. Got a little bit of a better one on here. Beautiful, super healthy Lake Guntersville Karashi eater. And it really does just hunt at all times. The bait is never really stagnant. A lot of times if you just let it sit, because it has that tinsel tail and the way that the body is balanced, you may think that you're not doing anything or imparting action on that bait, but the bait is wobbling underneath the surface. The tinsel tail is giving it a ton of flash, and they just seem to really want to engage once they think that that fish is tired out that they're chasing. Definitely unlocks an innate need to chase bait. Ton of different color options available. It was a little cloudy earlier. Clouds have kind of come back. We had a white and pink. Now we've kind of gone down to the Wagon Hasu, a little bit darker profile. We actually went over a school of the bait that they're feeding on, and for whatever reason, the fish at Guntersville right now have a pretty nice blue tint to them, a lot of largemouth we're catching have some blue hues in their gums. Looks pretty much exactly like that. I don't know why exactly they're blue right now, but when you're out fishing and you're seeing bait fish flee and they kick up out of the water and then they come back in, and that erratic motion is just, I don't know how many fish I've caught today while trying to explain how effective the bait is. I think at this point you can see how it works. Throwing the Karashi on Lake Guntersville. I've moved up to a 10-pound fluoro, fishing a lot of heavy weeded areas, and I just feel like bumping up just a touch is giving me a little bit more confidence. Normally up north, I'm throwing it on 8 pounds. Some people go down to 6. Obviously, it'll help keep the bait up the lighter the fluoro that you're running. Currently throwing it on a X-Sense with 8-pound Cortland braid, and we got it on the FLYSSA. The FLYSSA is a great all-around kind of northern finesse rod. Throw a lot of hair on this. I found that this rod and this bait respond very well together. Real nice soft tip. You really don't have to do much when these fish eat it. Basically let them take it and they're gonna hook themselves. I do tend to fish the reel pretty wide open. You really don't have to put a lot of wood to them when you're fishing this setup. A lot of guys are throwing it on a baby plug-in, and there's a lot of guys who throw it on a bait finesse bait caster. But if you have yourself a FLYSSA or some sort of longer, softer rod, they seem to be paired very well together. I like to kind of see what they're gonna chase. Sometimes I'll go bright, sometimes I'll go a little bit more muted, just trying to match and mimic the fleeting bait fish that these fish are chasing. Up north, I tend to roll with a little bit more golden brown hues. This has been standing out really nice in the water, allows me to see it while I'm fishing. It's such a visual eat that have some fun experimenting with colors. You never know what they're gonna chase when you're throwing this. Up in northern Minnesota and Wisconsin, had a ton of success throwing this on flat, calm days, high sun, really finessey feeling windows. And one of the things that surprised me here at Lake Guntersville was how keyed in the fish were on this bait in the wind. We were fishing some pretty good rollers, and you could tell that they were definitely focused upward in the water column, and were chewing it in a scenario that I haven't seen when I fished it up north. And so don't be scared to throw this in a myriad of different applications, because you never really know what the fish are going to do. This bait performs unlike any other thing on the market and allows you to truly hunt fish in a way that I don't think that they're used to being hunted. We threw this around sunken timber, we threw it around grass flats. It has the ability to stay in a neutral place in the water column that allows it to make its way through the water without getting hung up on a substantial amount of objects. It allows you to interact with fish in a way that no other bait that I've had on the water does. It creates reaction bites that are extremely visual. It allows you to educate yourself on the size and quality of fish in an area, using it as a search tool. And some of my most memorable days this year on the water have been throwing this little guy. Down here in Florida, testing out the new Karashi 80, coming to you in March at the Bassmaster Classic.